Welcome back to the Ambition Over Fear portal. I'm Atlas Opia, and I help people expand their interdimensional knowledge. In today's video, I'm going to be discussing how every system in this universe is created simply by information trickling down through the dimensions, and each dimension taking that information and making it appear through layers of solid matter. And with that being said, I'll kind of give you insight into how you can attune yourself to the layers of your own system to change your DNA, and then I'll take you into a galactic mission as a starseed, where you can be a part of helping a planet and changing and improving their systems depending on what they need. So before I get into it, I want to let you know that if you feel as if you're a cosmic being, but the information out there seems a tad bit outdated, it's because it has been downloaded to a collection of souls from the past. And now you may need something different. You may need a more advanced understanding of how to interact with the quantum field and skills that can allow you to change it depending on what you're trying to improve on Earth or in the galactic realms. So if that seems interesting to you, consider subscribing to my channel and check out the rest of what I have to offer. So to jump right into it, the first thing you want to understand is that everything in this universe can be observed from your higher dimensional consciousness and your lower dimensional consciousness. Higher and lower is not an indication of better or worse, but an indication of the layer of creation that you're able to observe something from. The higher is the information, the data, the code. The lower dimensions, if we're speaking about observing where that information manifests in this third dimension, that is where we're able to interact with everything. So if we're talking about a planet, and on that planet, the water, the ecosystems of nature, the minerals, the intelligence that is running through the collective of the beings on that planet, how they're able to advance their own technology, or even your own DNA. All of this is simply different fractal representations of information moving through different layers to then become something larger and more solid. So don't think that because you're changing something on a planet compared to changing your DNA, that it takes more or less effort, because you as a starseed has access to a power, a magic that is greater than the limitations of this third dimension. And if you can just remember that every single thing on this universe is a manifestation from a being on that dimension or higher, then you realize, okay, you are a human in this realm, but then at the same time, you have had a life in a higher dimension where you can resume and continue that purpose from. The first thing I want you to do is I want you to first feel into your body in this moment, okay? And then what we're gonna do before we create change in any solid energy is we're going to use this flexibility. And I'm gonna give you this code and kind of hand it off to you. And this code that I'm gonna give you will appear as a ball of energy in front of you. It's very fluffy, It's kind of light blue teal. And what we're going to do is we're going to bring that over our head and expand it, and then let it run through our body. And it's going to create space in between all of the information, because in order for our system to be solid and to have this containment, things have to stick together. They're merging thousands and millions of particles, cementing together. So this energy that I've given you allows your system to feel more expansive. It allows it to feel more flexible and wider. Okay? Now what we're going to do is you're going to imagine that you're zooming in to any part of your body, right? Like you're going inward and you're zooming in the same way you were to do that on a piece of technology. You're going to close your eyes, and I'm going to just create a stronger connection between you and your ability to see the collection and networks of energy in your own system. Now, as you start zooming in, first it might look like there's tissue, and then you zoom deeper in to your system. And then it might look like particles, right? Or cells, and then zoom deeper in. As you zoom deeper in, you might see the original building blocks of consciousness and magic which have created that part of your body. The same building blocks of consciousness and magic which is responsible for creating everything in this universe. Because there is a commonality that everything is shared with, which is what it starts out as, pure consciousness. So now zoom in deeper. Your eyes closed or open if you feel comfortable. As you zoom deeper, you're going to see this circle, this sphere. And in this sphere, there is rings, one moving this way and one moving this way. And they're going so quick that you might not be able to see the individual rings, but we're going to slow that down. Now as you slow it down, look inside of that sphere and you'll see this data, this code. Now what you're going to do is as you're getting closer to that data and code, you're going to have an idea of the changes you want to make to your DNA. Now your thoughts are up here. Maybe it's health, more wealth, calmness, peace, you reaching your creative potential and genius. And every time you think of something you want to bring in your DNA, see it as a particle, another ball of energy. And you're going to bring that into the middle of that sphere, the middle of your DNA, and feel it change the programming. You might see it recoagulate, open and close, taking in that information. Okay. So now, what we're going to do is I'm going to take you on a short galactic mission. And I want you to get in a comfortable position and begin to close your eyes. Now I'm going to do first is I'm going to do some maintenance on your third eye. Third eye is a tunnel, and in this tunnel and channel there is a structure and a network of sacred geometry which can then hold energy moving through it. I'm going to rearrange that structure and clarify it, take out some of the old networking, strip down the data and use that raw material with another galactic material, and then line it with new lining. And I want you to feel as if you're going through that tunnel, going into your third eye. In this tunnel, you might see millions and millions and millions of particles, white and purple. Each particle is going to shine light into your body and awaken all these dormant cells that you have access to, because you as a soul have had a reincarnation as a cosmic being that has had major influence in this universe. And that's still a part of you. So now we're going to go towards this green planet, green and black. Now from the outside of this planet, it kind of looks like there's different patterns, like triangular patterns on this planet itself. And as we go there, I'm going to go deeper into this planet. And you might get a feeling of what's wrong with this planet or what they need help with. First, as we're going into the planet, the electricity in the atmosphere is not as stable as it once was. This is where a lot of the beings pull their power from. They pull their electricity from the atmosphere to power their city and their technology. That's one thing we're going to solve in this moment. And as we go down, it kind of looks like there are these buildings, these glass buildings. And they're kind of spiraling, and they have a mix between dark green, and hints of black. And there are these white, pulsating layers of energy moving through each building. But the electricity running through each of these cosmic buildings in this civilization, it's kind of, the pulsating is not consistent. The buildings seem disconnected from the atmosphere itself. Okay. And as we're there, you kind of see these beings come out. And they have like white silver skin. And they're a bit tall. And the one thing you will notice is that they have this, their head is curved up to kind of receive the electricity from the top. It's like bowling upwards. And their body has these circular points on it that help them absorb the electricity too. As we get closer to the leaders of this civilization, how do they feel to you? How do they look? Is it friendly? Seems like they just want help from the heart. So now here's what we're gonna do. You can imagine that I'm gonna help you as a soul move away from your body and move closer to the reincarnation you've had as a cosmic being that is able to change planets and create things in this universe. And first we're going to go in the atmosphere and imagine that we're becoming bigger, and we're just making a change from bird's eye view. And we're going to bring in electricity from outside this planet and spread it all throughout the atmosphere. Okay. Now as it's spreading, we got to even it out. So we're going to just kind of run these ribbons of geometry throughout the atmosphere so it can hold the electricity better. Okay. So now you'll see the atmosphere as kind of this bright green. This bright green, and it seems more connected. But now what we're going to do is we're going to create these energy containers around the civilization that then can spread into the buildings and can shower over the civilization in this bubble to give the beings and their technology a better access to more stable electricity and energy. So then what we're going to do is we're going to create these the base is like a ball. We're going to draw electricity into the ball. 6 energy centers around the civilization. You can draw them in from the atmosphere and supercharge them. And then we're going to bend the top of these energy centers and these balls, kind of like a funnel that can direct the energy over the civilization into this field. There we go. And that's going to create a field inside of the civilization that's more electric. And then we're going to connect these energy centers under the ground into each building. Just imagine that you're scaling yourself up to a goddess god energy, so you understand that you're capable of doing this. You're remembering something you've done in a different life. Okay. So now at this point, you're going to feel this sensation of warmness come to you as the leaders of the civilization come out. And they're really happy. And their arms are they're less solid, they're more etheric, and kind of have these strains of energy that feel solid, but they're not as dense as solid matter. Their torso is solid matter, but their legs and arms are kind of more energetic. And their face has this kind of curvature upward as it goes like that. It allows them to bring in the energy inside. And as we're there, you might feel as if they're just gonna kind of shower us with gratitude and thanks for helping them. And they're gonna kind of hand us this curved golden kind of plate. It looks like a plate, but it's not the same material. What this is, it kind of helps us balance our energy out in that manner. Okay. So now we're going to slowly come back down into our bodies. So you feel as if you're coming down in an elevator and becoming more dense. Okay. Now I want to let you know before I jump off this video that the reason I do these things is because there is this huge calling in my soul to remember who I really am and what I did in the universe, and I'm sure you have that drive, that passion, that curiosity too, and that's why I want to extend out this bridge to you. I'm an activator, I'm a timeline jumper. I'm also a cosmic guardian that helps souls connect to their cosmic purpose, their cosmic power, and their gifts, so they can resume the creative work they did in the universe and translate those powerful, effective abilities on Earth. Now, what I do when I help people is I give them a collection of over 50 skills each skill being something you can do with your imagination, because your imagination is how you can connect to the quantum field. All it takes is removing the idea that it's hard from your human self, but not trying to change your human self, but knowing there's different levels of your own system. Physics in the third dimension work differently than physics of the higher dimensions. And so each skill is something I would teach you, and each skill would lead into another skill, and each one is very functional in how it operates and how you can actually use it. And then you use different skills together, so your spiritual power can be used to make massive changes in life and in the galactic realms, far greater than the scope of what you may think is possible to do with your cosmic energy, to give structure and organization, and to be able to, for you to understand how to use your cosmic power, and to explain the information around the skills and the universe and the mechanics of consciousness in a way your mind can actually digest. So I love to meet you, and I will tell you that if you decide to take this next step, nothing will be the same in a good way. I hope to surprise your inner child, surprise what you even think is possible, and activate powers and gifts and magic in you that your soul craves to remember, but you might just not know the exact path there. I'll talk to you soon, and I hope you have an amazing, beautiful rest of your day. Bye.